Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. And I end up alone, I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Ain't got no place to call my own. Feels like I'm better off alone. So sad inside and hopeless. These Hollywood hoes never notice. Can't get back on. Girl, I miss you. Can't get back on. Girl, I miss you. Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. And I end up alone, I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. How'd I end up alone? I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. How'd I end up alone? I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you're Hollywood perfect. Perfect.
So fast, all tied up like a captive. I want you. Used to pay my mind like standing on rainbows, playing it cool. I haven't felt this in ages, and I know no patience. So won't you please stay a bit longer? You're making me stronger, making me stronger.
Very smart positioning in the green box from Nike, as he will be able to cut off potentially 2 members of Valiant, as he is on an absolute spree.
more. This dude is getting away with murder.
Call of Duty fans, we got the K7 League Season 3 preseason number 3 coming right at you. I'm FBI Tug, but I'm joined by my man Kamako over here. As always, Kyle, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing, as always, I am fantastic, Tugboat. I'm ready for some awesome matches today. Even though it's been a little bit confusing as to what we're going to be seeing in the matches recently, I'm sure it's going to be good nonetheless, no matter what they are going to be using in terms of guns.
Exactly. Yes, there's a lot of up and down there, but we will not talk about that. I gotta turn the light on in my room. I'll do that after, so you guys can realize that I didn't make a mistake there. We're looking at two teams. That's God Gaming and that's Society. Now we have to break down here. Kyle, would you like to go first?
I would love to go second here, my dude. Honestly, I haven't seen either of these teams play before.
All gravy, baby. All gravy. Swear Society. Bunch of young guys, some of them from Michigan. Name that many of you will know is Achilles, of course. Man's been himself around the NA Call of Duty scene quite a minute. Now, these guys have been playing together for a little bit, but looking at God Gaming, Horus the captain. Yes, Achilles is the captain for the Swear Society. God Gaming, that is Horus. So a couple new members, not an entirely new team by any means. They have some interesting names, that's for sure. This is a organization out of Kansas City. Now, do you know what state Kansas City is in, Kamako?
What, I would assume it would be Kansas, right?
Ah! Got him! I got him. It's in Missouri.
Oh, well,
I can imagine
awesome.
the God Gaming guys are just laughing their asses or their
right?
butts off at that one. But this is a Division B matchup here between these two. We're going to be having another one here, 27th, I believe. That'll be the 4th preseason exhibition match here for the K7 League. And but that's for the future. Let's focus on the present here and today.
Yes, indeed. So you did just get a little bit of a look at the maps here. So I'm kind of curious to see how this goes down because this is the first match that I've seen in a long time where, I mean, it's not the first match I've seen where we've seen 3 back-to-back Garrison maps, but it's the first time that Garrison hasn't been the first map. And in fact, I'm a little bit surprised to see Checkpoint because usually people don't like that map too much. But hey,
That's
maybe
fair.
one enjoys it a little bit more than the other, you know what I mean?
Yeah, different strokes, different folks. Variety is the spice of life, and all the other phrases you can come up here that are advocating for different people liking different things. But yes, Checkpoint up first, little Miami action up second, and then game 3 for sure will be Garrison, then might get a triple dose of it if we go down to round number 5. Now again, this is a preseason exhibition match into the day. This will not have any effect whatsoever. Can correct me if I'm wrong, producer man, please, sir, if I'm wrong here. But this will not have any effect whatsoever on the actual K7 third season league. Is that correct, Kyle?
I do believe that this is just a game, like a little bit of a showcase match. It's just
Exactly.
to give off a little bit of intimidation factor and to strut your stuff here, Tugboat.
I am with it. Strutting their stuff, they will certainly do. Now, we have no lack of topics coming on in here, but first and foremost, we want to give shout-outs, of course, the people, partners, and organizations that do make this possible. First and foremost, as you guys should know, that is GitGudHosts. Yes. They are fantastic at providing those neutral hosts for this league and any other leagues, decently fair price, and those dedicated hosts are frequently located next to your CDL servers, so the latency there is going to be about as ideal as you get. Rogue Energy as well. I'm not sure if this organization needs that much introduction, but end of the day, yes, they have fantastic energy drink mixes on that one. A lot of different flavors as well. Again, variety is the spice of life. Evo 9X, that is going to be our apparel company here at K7 League. You can check out what they're doing on their Twitter and their website. FORUMA as well. They are doing the graphic design here for a good folk at K7. as well as big shout outs to DropShot. They have been providing some of these stats, I believe, last season as well. And coming on into this one, we'll be welcoming with open arms, especially people like me who really think that those numbers can tell an entire different narrative, right? Tell a different story. Gamers Resort as well, longer-winded organization here, not been around for just a short period of time, and they have been doing the Lord's work, I guess you could say, when it comes to working with gamers who have various mental, with just mental health, like just in general, right? Anxiety, depression, everything else. Those are the hot buttons ones now, but just everything. That's what they're here for, and kind of that gamer partnership, that gamer corner of it. So big shout out to them going forth and making this world a better place.
Yes, indeed, Tugboat. I mean, it's always good to make the world a better place. That's just like obvious. But anyways, getting on into the match now. Seems that we're going to be starting up any second now, assuming, well, because thankfully in the last update, they did get rid of most of the spectator mode issues that at least caused the game to not be able to start at all. I've been able to cast quite a few games since the update, so I'm assuming that hopefully we will not be having any more issues tonight. So good on Treyarch for getting this fixed in such a short amount of time.
Yes, sir. No, I'm with it. There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of negativity out there. We'll just say when it comes to devs, issues, patches, buffs, nerfs, everything else like that. But it does seem like Treyarch did get a hold of this one when the serious issue is there. Now, checkmate. Yes, checkmate. Yes, sir. Excuse me, like the chess move. Got it.
M4 coming out here, Tug. Now, another thing that I was talking about is the whole GA thing. And last night the AK was banned, but I don't know if they quite got the info that the AK has been since unbanned from last night. So I'm curious to see if we're actually going to be seeing that today.
Yeah, interesting stuff. Now, do we want to talk a little bit about the possible reasons behind that before we get started?
I don't really know if the reasoning behind it is totally important, but whether it's going to be actually in play is the important part. As the crate coming around the side, looking to flip these guys out of the spawns, looking like he's in a good spot. Does frag out yet another one. Solid job. He's at least going to have the effect of getting his teammates some hell time by, cutting off the reinforcements into the plane if he doesn't take the spawns totally at least.
There you go. I'm out here. Listen, the stream's up. There you go. All right, sorry. We're back here. With on board with Christos. Yes. What we talked a little bit about these teams, did not talk about the players respectively, at least didn't name them out, and I do enjoy doing that. Looking at God Gaming up here first. Again, captain is going to be Achilles, Universe, Legacy, and Galaxy. Those are going to be members on the paper, but this I'm trying to see, and we'll just move on to Swear Society. Swear Society, of course, going to be that captain, Chamie, Misty, and Christo making up the rest of these. This is Legacy who we're looking at with the side. God Gaming right in the red.
Yeah, I mean, they've been doing a pretty good job so far, God Gaming, of just getting every single thing that they want in terms of positioning or spawns, but somehow, surprisingly, they're still pretty god darn close in terms of points on the objective. I mean, that's not to say that God Gaming hasn't put themselves in positions where they can get a lot of time, but surprising that they have had the position but still not gotten a lot of time out of it, Tuck.
Yeah, it is interesting that such a advantage would not yield in more of a point differential so far. This is only, what, about 20 so far? Yes, this is only the second hard point, but that still...
Yeah, in fact, Swear Society's in the lead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Here we go. On board with Christos. Second, nice edge damage there. He gets some edge damage in himself. Talking about outliers thus far. Not really anything big. Nobody's like super down bad, as the kids say these days. A lot of even numbers coming out from Swear Society. Achilles as well, 5 and 5. Nobody really leading the pack or falling behind.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a lot of things on Twitter from different people in the community thinking that God Gaming was gonna really blow them out of the water. But Swear Society, they've been bringing it and keeping it very close. And in fact, even though it's close, they're still in the lead, which is going up against what a lot of people thought. So good on them for proving the haters 100% wrong so far, at least.
Now, I've been trying to remember. I think God Gaming was part of K7's last season, correct?
Now, I don't quite remember. I think that they might have had a different squad, at least. They might have had a different squad.
It might feel like forever ago, right? It might be hard to remember because That has been this year so far. Not 100% sure. We'll get confirm on that later. Again, a very, very close game though, right, Kyle? I don't think this has exited 20-point differential yet.
Oh yeah, we only got 3 points between these teams right now. Chammy and the guys just running around looking for some good map control, but God Gaming, once again, they have the spawns that they want, or at least they should want those ones. They're just going right on in and pile driving their way into the plane, but yeah, that's a really good spot for map control, and so far it is not yielding them good results as Swear Society. They know it just as well as they do that this is an important spot. They fight hard for that plane, so hard that they leave nobody on the objective to stop God Gaming from taking the lead away from them.
There's going to be great for right now. I do want to advise... these names are swapped. Swear Society's on the left, God Gaming's on the right. Swear Society has that captain of Achilles. I'm in here right now and making 100% sure of that. Horus. Yes, Horus is... Wait, hang on. No, this is right.
Okay. Okay.
Swear Society,
so,
captain of Horus.
Are we confirming that this is right?
Oh... it might be on the stream. I'm not 100% sure. We're just going to move forward here, guys. On board with Horus now, again, the captain for Swear Society. Moving up across the back blue entrance to the plane. Coming up and barely takes any damage on that one, so solid start. Now trying to get this anchor position going, looking on over towards Kill House. Nobody on Heady quite yet, just checking and making sure. It's going to be the first move here all day long.
Yeah, they're pretty much all set up for the next one. They've got the spawns, they've got the objective positioning. They're not really... No one from God Gaming is really being allowed any quarter to get inside the objective here. And you look at Swear Society, they don't really have... They have good on-site presence, but they've got one guy pretty much walking down this right side of the map to where they can keep good control over the wing. Or not so much, actually, as Galaxy coming from that exact spot and almost fragging out too. That would have been quite impressive, my friend. But at the same time... Yeah, it's still up for grabs, and Swear Society still gathering a lot of points off of it, despite what could have potentially been disastrous.
Yeah, so solid little pretty play there, but again, this is going to be the first time that Square Difference has come in yet. Oh, actually gets to him right there as Christos. Maybe looks a little bit lagged on screen, but those shots going to land all day long. Achilles coming up, giving him the business, and Blue taking on over full right now. Swear Society's run stops for right now.
Yeah, and once again, Swear Society, they do have the spawns at the very end of P1, but you got to make sure that you keep it going into the next one. I've seen so often now that Tug is that teams, they don't really go for objective flips in the beginning. They try and go for it towards the end, and as you see at the minimap, Legacy going for that right here, right now. It's not too late for him to do this. You can still flip it and get some good time, and he's going to frag one out in the back. That's Christos off the objective. Now they're going to have to fall back off their positions because I don't know if they're going to communicate that well in the instance which one of them is going to go do it. As you can see, they kind of all fall back, and as soon as they do that, perfect timing from God Gaming coincides. It takes them all down and gets the objective quick.
Yeah, so the idea behind all falling at the same time, well, I was going to say they spawn together, but Legacy and Achilles both take out half the team, one member apiece on this. Achilles getting some damage on himself edge-wise as we have about 14 seconds left on this. But God Gaming takes the rest of this. They're going to be looking at like 160 to 107, so almost a full single hard point that Swear Society is down by.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not ideal here, but Swear Society, they do still have some solid control, at least for the meantime, over next. Legacy, as I say that, they just completely punch a hole in them and go right on through. Swear Society, they do have control for the top plane, but it's going to not necessarily translate to control for the bottom plane, as Legacy just being an absolute nuisance here with his teammates. As soon as they hop on, he pops them off, and yeah, they're just getting such good map control here. There's such good communication coming out here, Tug, and now they've got it.
Sometimes it's just as simple as that 1-2. Now we're on to our third hard point on this one. Can be the most volatile, but can also be a very easily defensible point. Now, just like in a row, you see God Gaming right side again, coming in a row with this one. Number 6, that's Horus, or Chammy, excuse me, coming from up top. He'll be dropping down towards Legacy here soon. Now looking left so far, taking some shots inside. Chammy and what is that? That's Must right there, rotating around later to try and predict enemy movements.
Against Force Society beating their opponents to the punch on the objective, but yeah, this is a great spot from Mist, making sure that they don't shoot that from the bottom of the plane, but has to hit his shots in order for it to be effective. Christos comes around the side and picks up where his teammate left off, and just like that, God Gaming have snatched it away from them like candy from a baby. Horus gonna be looking to opening things up here just a little bit here, Tug, but they're ready for it. They know that that's a common spot to attack from, and they've got it pre-aimed. Hard.
I'm with it. I'm with it. What candy would it be? I always wondered about that.
Oh no, a Tootsie Roll? Because it takes
Roll, that
1,000
does make
licks to get to the center for Tootsie Pop?
Tootsie Pop, yeah, no, that makes sense. Kids do love, yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense in there. I was thinking Butterfingers, like a classic kind of candy bar action, but oh well. 10 seconds away is what we're on from this hard point, and only like 13 or 14 for God Gaming to take this 250 all the way. This is a oh my god, I did it again. Swear Society is on the left, everybody, I promise. Swear Society has gone on a solid little run here after we're, what, halfway through this game. Again, the idea was there was no bigger score differences than 20 seconds.
Yeah, man, that is Swear Society, even though it said God Gaming, like you said, coming in and just absolutely making a show out of this tugboat. They broke them off of pretty much every single objective. They got the spawns away from them. Even though it wasn't like instantaneously that they were doing it, it was still effective enough to where they broke them basically at the last second. That's what I've been seeing a lot of teams doing, is rotating at the last second, maybe with like less than 20 seconds. Whereas in Modern Warfare, we saw them rotating at maybe 20 or 30 seconds. These guys are going for the late breaks on the spawns in comparison to the last game.
So just to clarify, sorry for everybody that's watching on stream, the teams were correct on the overlays. It's just I had Rated and Living Nightmare as the team names. That's what I was meaning by the incorrect teams. My bad. They're still the right teams. The left side is God
Okay,
Gaming.
so that was...
Yes, so God Gaming took that map.
I see.
Got it.
Got
okay,
it.
We appreciate that. Yeah, appreciate that, that heads up on there.
So regardless, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be God Gaming in the lead 1-0. And I mean, it was good beginnings for both teams there, Tug. Both were just neck and neck the entire time. But I guess the skill and ability and teamwork of God Gaming just decided to shine through from the heavens down upon us. And now they really started to take it away there towards the second half of the game, like you so insightfully pointed out.
Yeah, I just really hope at the end of the day this is not going to be indicative of a squad that is just kind of that last half of the game. They're going to go through and just not give it their all. Now, nobody here was like giving up by any means, but they really did just let this kind of run towards the end. 20 seconds is what divided these two teams at the absolute most across half of this game, and then the second just simply ran away all the way. There were some very significant kills there, some flashy stuff that you got to cover there, but there was no real just absolute oppression when it came to the kills. It was just simply showing up and playing on point.
Yeah, pretty much. And so what do you think? Do you think that's going to have any impact on the search and destroy? Like, I know that it's a completely different game mode in terms of objective control, but like in terms of staying on the objective gives you points. But hear me out here. Do you think that the gunplay that we saw on display here and the teamwork and coordination is going to lead to one team beating the other here?
Well, I guess in a way, always yes, but end of the day, I think it's going to be far more about this communication and coordination, especially in Miami, right? We just came from Checkmate, which is just such an open map in so many ways. There's so many places here, especially when you take that vertical high ground, that you can get shots in from a solid distance. Now, this is not your MP5s of past, where you can lob these shots without an AR so easily, but still a simple fact. You're going to see multiple ARs in these games no matter what. Checkmate's simply different physiologically, geographically, whatever you want to call it, from our Miami Search and Destroy that is coming up. We're going to go to a very short break, let these teams kind of communicate with each other, figure out what they want to do, what they want to recreate, what they want to not do into game number 2 after God Gaming is taken. Map number 1, 250 to what, 138, Kyle?
Yeah, I think it was like 120 or something like that. It was hard for me to completely see, but it was around that.
Yeah, something like that. We'll be back with you guys in just a minute. Do not tune away.
Gotta know where to look. Time moves fast, and I've grown up. Yeah, I run to you. Used to pit in my mind like standing on rainbows, playing it cool. I haven't felt this in ages, and I've no more patience. So won't you please stay a bit longer? You're making me stronger, making me stronger. Stay a bit longer. You're making me stronger, making me What can I do to make you stay a bit longer? You're making me stronger, making me stronger. Stay a bit longer. You're making me stronger, making me stronger.
I get lost inside my thoughts, and when I start to think, oh, the Tahoe closest starts to end up on the brink. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep, I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down.
And we are coming back in, ladies and gentlemen, everything in between. We got some more awesome Call of Duty coming at you. The God Gaming taking map number one, excuse me, against the Swear Society in 250 to, I believe we saw like 128 fashion, something like that. Close to doubling up regardless. Moving on now, Kyle, to Miami for our Search and Destroy.
Oh, yes, and I did get a very, very fun time watching this the other day, Tug. Me and my buddies were going ahead and watching another match on this map, and snipers came in incredibly, incredibly importantly. So I'm anticipating that is going to be a deciding factor on this map potentially as well. But you cannot get into certain sites without subs. I think this is actually, despite what everybody says, it is a very, very well-rounded map when it comes to importance for subs, importance for ARs, and importance for snipers.
And I can dig that. It's longer sidelines, shorter sidelines, everything in between. Overwatch position from hotel, everything across the middle, honestly, across Hardpoint 1. But I just, they have to do something about the control here. I'm not the first person to complain about that. And there have been obviously changes that have been implemented that affect that overall map. What the most recent thing, right? What the patch 3-4 days ago, control now is a control time or a capture time of 45 seconds, correct? No longer 60.
Yes. So each tick is now, instead of 20 seconds for one tick, it is now 15 seconds. So that's going to mean not only are you capturing the overall objective faster, you're getting ticks faster as well.
Yes, sir. Getting ticks is the name of the game for your control game modes. What I'm going to be looking at here, a lot of that more medium, long-range play, like you were saying. ARs across the middle, snipers, and more. We're on board with Legacy first. So he's moving up into Blackwood.
So it looks like Horse is actually going for a little bit of a flank arena from the beginning to try and cut them off from mid, and might go for a little bit of aggression here. He's got the MP5, which means he's going to be looking to get up close and personal. But in the meantime, Legacy fragging out too. That's pretty dang solid. And now they've got, oh my god, total site control as Horus is actually going to be the sole survivor. Does get Achilles, so now they know where he is coming from. Okay. But he's still sport for choice with angles of incidence here.
Yeah, so it's obviously getting kills is good. Never a bad thing in Search and Destroy, but 4-1's going to be tough. Breaks, like you said, does give away that location. Fantastic. Was that a stick? Yeah, that was I believe that was directly on point. Now a 2 versus 1, much more reasonable, much more manageable. Looks out to what, left side of garages here. Does not find the man. That's going to be a quick round 1. Decently, what it looked like it was going to be very, very quick, right?
Yeah, I mean, Horus definitely got his team a lot more out of that than they really, in theory, should have. With a 4v1, it's literally the hardest thing to do in Search and Destroy is a 4v1, and he got halfway there, but close does not equal a cigar.
Indeed,
so bad.
does not. We'll move past it. Horus the only one finding a kill so far for the side of the Swear Society. Achilles hanging back, looking to maybe cut some heals. I don't know. There's some kind of funness to be had there. As we switch on over to Horus, moving out towards our TV bar. Beach to his right, parking lot to his left. Shots coming across bikes here. Yeah, he knows a smart idea is just to hang out for a second, let that health come back, and now continue on with this push. He's just outside A, spitting distance to A, and here it comes. The sneaky plant. Okay, I'm with it. And just like that, Swear Society teammate is getting a shot onto, what is that, closed or flat ramp there, outside the center. Now Horus gets a little bit aerial with it, tries to move on to window, gets almost cut down on the way. Stuff on this, we can see the X-ray vision. This is a Swear Society squad who's playing much better. Exact opposite situation here, right? Went down to a 3 versus 1 or a 4 versus 1, got 1, but not going to be able to find anything past that 1-1 situation.
Yeah, Tug. I mean, this was Horus just basically taking a lot of advantage of his enemies not totally covering their sightlines properly. He just ran right past that one guy who you would think would see him. Just ran right up and shot a guy in the middle of the map. Basically free real estate for Horus up in here. They gave him an inch and he took a mile from it. Just ran right up and shot him pretty much. Yeah,
taking a lot out of that investment. I think that's what they'd say on Wall Street. I don't know. We're having fun here. God Gaming left side, blue. Swear Society right side, red. Correct? If I have this wrong again, I might consider. Can't say that on cast. I'll be very angry.
Oh. Well,
is that correct? Swear Society on the right.
Right.
I need a sanity check here. All right, thank you. Sanity check is. My sanity check came in the form of a voice appearing in my head to tell me that I'm right. So take that for what you will. 1 minute left. 1-1 on this. Attention going over towards garages as Galaxy finding some longer range, but that's what Chammy did find the headshot of zone. Pulled out the pistol, giving him the business. Longer range shots from Christo towards garage when we even up 2-2.
Yes, indeed, 2-2. But sight control more or less in the hands of God Gaming. But in all honesty, here, Tug, they've got to start making their moves soon because, as you see from the minimap, Horus is in not a good spot to help out his teammate. So if they can realize that this guy is away from them, which is not an easy thing to do, they're going for the plant now, and it looks like the sight control is going in their hands. Achilles is going to be running up from half wall, and now the plant is in session here. Christos is going to try and catch him on his way to the garage. Now Horus knows that he's going to have a perfect position to catch up on him here. Okay, Horus, I think he's about to shoot him right in the side, but gets turned on! Oh, that's painful.
Man.
Christos is going to try and pick him up while he's weak. He does do that.
Good shit. Getting the last little bit in, and there we go. Chasing down the AK-74, down bottom, inside, right outside van. We go back and forth with this one again. God Gaming taking second. Meaning now that on game number 3, pushing on to game number 4, only offensive teams have one round.
I do believe that is accurate there, Tug. I think that is accurate. No, didn't they just win defense?
Yeah, so only defensive, excuse me, because it went God Gaming and then Swear and then God Gaming again, so it means defenses have only one. Yes, because this is blue now on the offense. Yes, they were just on defense, excuse me.
So the
Wait,
defensive
right?
side.
I'm not losing it.
No, you are definitely not losing it. It is defender-sided so far here, Tug. And yeah, I mean, the only one that's really looking impressive in the KD department is Christos, who was our champion at the end of the game there. He's going to be looking to come up here very audaciously and get some more kills on this guy up in front of the car. I don't know if he got a hit marker there, this teammate, but if he did, he's definitely going to be calling out that there was a guy on the truck there. Oh, that's painful.
Oh, man. Call it just as, or twice as bad as a little bit of cohesion connects here. Now, Universe, the amount of shots that just came in, makes sense that he's going to be thinking there is more out there. Where there's 1, there's 2. Where there's 2, there's 3, Kyle.
And he also knows that he's looking right over the bomb, and his teammates have all of the other angles covered. So he's like, Misty is more than likely going to have to come and get this bomb from this direction. Galaxy's got my left, and this is basically an impossible situation for Misty. He's going to have to go and take the bomb right from the jaws of Universe. And this is going to be a tough one here, my friend. 20 seconds remaining.
Fourth game, Kyle. Fourth game, right? What that means that this went down to a 4-1 situation. 3 out of these 4 games now. For game 4 just ending, game 5 starting in just a few seconds. It's exactly how game 1 and 2 went. Each team having respectively their own performance in that as well before the last man alive can take out a couple members, or 1 or 2 members. I guess I shouldn't say a couple. But then, nothing else after that, right? Just like this, though, the mold has been broken. The theme has been denied. God Gaming putting a second round back-to-back here after defense is only 1 rounds.
Yeah, and now God Gaming, they're just in their element right now, my friend. They're just in their element. 3 kills in this life alone for Universe, and I'm sure that he's going to be feeling himself right now. And in the meantime, Legacy and Achilles looking to go and take out Mist up top. Mist does frag out 1. And he's trying to get away with his life. He's actually in a really good spot for his teammate to watch over him and give him assistance, but no one really watching the main run up. And oh, what a trophy system collateral kill!
Wow, fantastic stuff by here. Honestly, some decently technical play, right? Like, that is fast paced, gets it, like, the timing is perfect, right? Everything about that was pretty beautiful, right?
Well, I guess there's a little bit of perfection and randomness here, Tug, but
it's not totally.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess it's totally
you're talking
unexpected.
about this eating down bottom. He definitely heard the pull on the grenade, right?
I mean, that trophy system was there for an extended amount of time. I think that was more accidental than tactful. But regardless, that is going to be meaning Swear Society getting a much-needed round. God Gaming not getting the attack. Their win streak has been broken, but they are on the defensive side, which has so far benefited them a lot.
Looking from up top, Galaxy looking to get aerial with this, get up to the 2nd floor. There's 2 members here near Beer Stairs, but what they do with it might be a different story. Right on the other side of this, oh, hello. It's not going to like that knocking. Excuse me. Galaxy now retreating down back bottom. He knows he's safe here. I was going to say. Legacy now looking from flat roof. 1 falls, so even 3-3 situation.
Yeah, now you see Legacy. He's watching for the potential rotation here. He knows that Horus is somewhere around here, and if he gets so greedy to where he tries to go for the cross here with the bomb, yes, indeed he is. But Legacy, I don't know if he quite saw it because of the angles he is working here. Horus like, nah, I've definitely seen the sniper. Let's go on back. I don't want to. Oh, it's not a sniper rifle. It's Legacy with Krieg. That's a bit weird. I thought they banned ACOG.
Yeah, kind of an interesting ACOG, the adjustable as well, using this for flat. Yeah, it's interesting stuff. I guess that's one way of providing Overwatch throughout, but 2-2 situation. Champion knows there's one there, but turns at the last second. Achilles finding a solid body shot on that. Heady on 1, not going to find the last, and that was our first 1v1 situation, right? Even though it lasted all of a quarter second.
Yeah, I mean, there was a 2v1, and then the guys went straight on into a 1v1 by fragging out 1, but not enough health to sustain the damage coming in from both those guys at the same time. They're literally doubling his damage output. There's not many people that can win that, unless your opponents are just bad at aiming, or if you're just giving them the moves and forcing them to miss.
That's fair. That's fair. God Gaming in the left here in the blue. Everybody is neutral or positive. That's going to be good breaks for them. 4-2 scoreline indicative of that. Swear Society, other hand, got 1 player pretty popping off pretty well. Looking at Christos there. Everybody else negative except for... Oh, no, Horus is negative, excuse me. No, he's not. He's even. Caster's Curse. He hated me saying that he was negative and even 500. He wants to be positive, and now he is on his way there.
I love this rowdy play from Horus. Holy moly! That distance with the MP5 up against, I think that was an AR. That should not be happening.
He just
he's
took
gonna
that
get
MP5.
another one! I'm sure he's going out for the ace here, but he's not gonna get it on Universe. The AR gonna give him a lot more benefits than it did his teammate, but not enough to secure the round.
Oh my goodness. Horus absolutely sends these long distance. He gets to UPS, tells him he'll pay a little bit extra just to send them that way, whereas ARs get free shipping. That is ridiculous.
Oh, he stuck him too?
To get that. Yeah, so that's going to be our second Horus stick, correct?
I think so.
Yeah, so interesting stuff. Looking like Horus is a Master Chief out here sticking these plasma grenades or something like that. I don't know. Swear Society, just like that, brings us back to a 4-3 scoreline. 1 round is separating them in an even tied situation.
Man, might have a future in MLB with the amount of pitches he's been just putting right onto their chest.
Stick 'em on, can't he?
Dude, literally straight in the strike zone. Universe getting a little bit aggro here, just trying to catch him around the corner. Horus almost getting him again. The nade literally going right past his face. That's a little bit of a ball this time. But now they're deploying the smoke, and things are looking a little bit scary here potentially for Universe. Does have a guy there potentially to help him, but no one really watching over his head.
A perfect opportunity to say things looked hazy after the smoke. I love you, Kyle. First Society 3, God Gaming 4, 45 seconds left. Oh my goodness, that is how God Gaming turns an even round into an absolute advantage. No, Horus gives him the turn and the burn! Just like that, Swear Society gives him some of their own medicine. Legacy is the only one left. B-plant coming, crossover is coming as well. Legacy will be there in just a second to kind of prove that name. Try to get something going. Wall's there, now everybody just kind of slowing down. Everybody's just slowing down, tugboat included, Legacy rotating around.
Yeah, and he's got a pretty good spot to try and catch anyone off ahead. He does absolutely be missed off of it, but Horus, the main man himself, going for a flank, he's like, he'll never see it coming.
Another 1v1.
And he will not see it coming here, Tug, unless he checks in here, which I doubt he will. He's probably gonna have to go through the diffuser any second now. Clean as it gets for Horus.
Exactly, Horus. Just imagine this round isn't over with. When we get to the end of it, we'll talk about MVPs. Horus got to keep up the gameplay for that, because that really did turn on the last 2/3 of this game or so. First third was not lackluster by any means, but just more average in my opinion. So that's the way that I'm looking at that one. Solid plant here, unless I'm wrong. This is what the 3rd game in a row that went 1v1? No, 2nd game in a row that won 1v1. Excuse me. 10-6, that's how the guy goes. Is that how you feel, Horus? Is that really how you feel?
Well, here's how I'm feeling. I think we have to change the age-old saying, it's not over till the fat lady sings, until it's not over until Horus is dead. I know it doesn't rhyme, but it's aptly said nonetheless, I feel.
Until Horus is a chorus. I don't know.
Okay.
You were talking about singing or something like this. That's the only thing I could come up with, my friend. 4-4, tie
Horus
situations.
Is chorus? Like full of holes?
Ooh. Okay. Don't ever count Kyle out. That'd be a mistake, y'all. Don't ever count Kyle out. 60 seconds in this one. Fast breaks required, and I'm not talking Reese's! Chammy giving him 1! Looking for the second, not gonna find it. Garage is where he falls. Garages, I'm told, are dangerous places, Kyle, so that does make sense. 1-2 situation. God Gaming's got one last follower. Swear Society got the duo left.
Yeah, Universe is not in the best of places right now, but he does have the bomb in his hands right now. Now, the thing is that he can totally go in for the rotation right now. As you see, he doesn't know this, but Swear Society does have all their players stacked on B. He does feel a little bit committed now because he's less than 30 seconds, and I think he is pretty dang committed here as well. But it appears that Swear Society does not quite know that. And they're going to be making a rotation, at least one of them is.
Oh.
And if he can time this well, he might be able to catch one out while the other one is still on the opposite end of the map. Or not! Or not.
I was wondering, I thought Mist had a sniper, but I wasn't 100% sure. Doesn't matter. Swear Society coming back on this one. Rocketing back, if you will allow. Because they were down at 1.2. Yeah, they were down 3-1. So 2 being the biggest score difference so far in this Search and Destroy. Kept it even, kept it neutral, kept it barely negative, and now they are positive. Yes, that is Swear Society in the right and the red.
Yeah, I'll allow it there, Tug. And man, you know what else was allowed here? Apparently, Chammy just coming on in, sliding into their DMs, and just lighting them up like a Christmas tree. Haha, Christmas puns. But yeah, regardless, this is the final chance that God Gaming have in order to make this 5-5 and take the next round after that, obviously. But Swear Society, they're in such a good spot. Now, even if they don't win this attack, which is statistically improbable for them to do, they still will have another chance here.
I'm with it. Why can't I? What is going on? This just... Go ahead, Kyle.
All right. Well, Horus and the guys, they seem to be making a little bit of that play for A, but Achilles might be in a potentially disastrous position for them. Achilles is literally right next to number 6 and Chammy, but does he realize this? He's up next to number 8 as well, my dude. He's really running right next to him, and he is going to get him. They take out 2, and Horus is the only one left, along with Christos on the boat. They might still be able to swing this as Horus. He's going to run right up into the building scot-free. He's right behind them as well. Horus gonna frag out too! This could happen! And just like that, Achilles gonna take down another one. It is just Horus, the main man, Horus, up against 2. It is not over until Horus is porous. He's running away, but they're starting to go for the defuse. One of them is watching over him. He's going for another stick. Doesn't get it this time because of the body armor, and he is not gonna be able to stop this one.
Yep. I would not be the first one to complain about this Simtex damage. Now, Frags got mildly buffed recently. Doesn't matter when you're Horus and you're looking for Simtexes, because you know what they say. Horus said Frags can't stick to them. Beautiful stuff. That is actually going to be one of our... Is that going to be our only culmination of a diffuse plan?
I think that's the only round that hasn't come down to just slaying out the enemy team. I think that's the only tactical victory we've seen so far, Tug. And it comes at a good time for God Gaming, as now Swear Society and them are now neck and neck. This is sudden death territory.
Yeah, it really is. Hey, we'll have it no other way. Does the round 7 saying still hold true?
It hasn't so far for me. It has not.
Yeah, just a different game. Oh well. The prophecy has been broken. There's no longer seer vision for the Cheeto.
I guess not.
I can't say that's can't say that. Doesn't sound like a non-scary thought. 1 minute into this one, 5-5. This is essentially down to a one and done.
Now, the thing is here is that Swear Society is very hunkered down on B. They don't have any control over middle whatsoever, and Achilles is taking full advantage of this. Comes around the side, fragged out, missed in the back, and at the same time, Legacy picks one up. Now things are looking a little bit bad for Swear Society, but Horus, making things a little bit more likely, does frag out another one. Goes and joins his teammate, and they're going to look to push this together as the bomb is being planted. That is good play, team play from Swear Society to keep themselves together for the final push as they find a straggler. That could be a difference maker here.
It really could. Now 2v2 situations. Now we're on board with Galaxy. He knows the player was far away, but that information helps him absolutely zero. It helps him nothing at all. It helps you like a cup of salt water when you're thirsty. Christos gets on to defuse, and that's going to be an easy peasy situation. Swear Society striking back every way, shape, and form. Game number 2 after a 252 win 28 beating in the first game. Beautiful stuff here. We have essentially purchased ourselves a whole new best of 3, Kyle.
We've essentially purchased ourselves another hardpoint at the very least. So I like that they were originally together to team that one guy, but then Horus goes for the mother of all flanks, depends on Christos. He, well, not just depends on him, but he has faith in him to take on that guy on the bomb site while they go for the flank. You just love it. Just faith in your teammates. It's something you gotta have here at sometimes, Tug. Like, if your teammate tells you something, you gotta listen to it at sometimes. If you don't have faith in your teammates, then there is basically no trust between you. And how can you play with teammates that you do not trust?
You want to see something funny?
Absolutely.
So I have this bad habit of like running pins like this, especially tapping the inside of my hand, and that's what happened around 11. There's like 1,000 little dots. It's kind of funny, actually. Yes, Faith, I caught what you were doing there. You son of a gun. You said no puns beginning of this one. Oh well. Just when you think you know a guy.
Yeah,
We
right.
got a Garrison match coming up here next. That's going to be our control. Yes. Beautiful, beautiful control back here. No more domination. Now, that's widely accepted, right? I don't have to ask your opinion on that.
Which is
Like control versus domination.
Oh yeah, people. I actually don't know their Tug, because people have been really giving a lot of hate towards control. I would say people have been hating on control more than domination from what I've seen. Even though there haven't been any admissions that they think that domination is better than control, based on what I've seen, people have been complaining about control a lot more, or at least they've been more vocal about it.
COD players being vocal, that I can believe there, Kyle. We're going to go to a short break, guys. We'll be back with you here in just a couple minutes for our Garrison wrap-up. We'll have some more analysis for you then as well. Don't tune away.
I laid awake just begging to let go. I almost got to suicidal thoughts, but you stepped in. An angel sent from heaven showed me how to live again. Now I'm falling and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye.
All right, guys. Well, as you can see on your screen, or for a little bit was on your screen, we are doing a qualifier here for K7, and it is unlimited entries, and it is a good opportunity for you guys to go on in and strut your stuff and potentially get qualified on in for the K7 Season 3. It's going to be on the date on your screen, which is January 16th of 2021. I'm sure you guys are going to be finally happy to get out of the current year, as I am.
Yeah, really, really is. That'll be 16, but yeah, 16 days on into the new one. So that'll be fantastic. What they were describing it to me, the top open qualifier slots will be playing the bottom 4 league slots. So go on in there, and you have that opportunity. Get yourself involved. An awesome new season. K7 League. The preseason exhibition match, though, bring it back to the present here, talking about the future. We'll bring it back to the present here. That is continuing on. We got Garrison next, and at least another map of Garrison after that. It goes game number 5. Kyle, correct me if I'm wrong. We'll have a triple dose of Garrison at the end as well, right?
Yes. Right now, we're on for a double helping of Garrison, but then we might be, if one of the teams does go the distance, meaning that one team doesn't lose 2 games in a row, then we are in for a third course of Garrison. Man, I'm not surprised by it, but I'm surprised that it wasn't the first 3, because usually it's the first 3, but it's the last 3 here, Tug, which is a little bit different than my experience. But I'm not surprised that this is a control map that they are picking nonetheless, because of all the maps that I've seen, this is the one that I've seen, even pre-patch, that attackers have had the most success on.
I'm with it. This map is such a odd amalgamation of longer range, shorter range, really stacked up areas, a lot of vertical positions you can take. It just and everything in between, man. You know, I will say I love the hardpoint lineups on this. That's what we're only going to see, or that's what we're going to see next. Obviously, not this one. This is going to be control. But what if you? I mean, if you look at north south, like there's like the second and fourth points up top at a nice little line, 1, 3, 5 down bottom, nice little line. Both sides of this map having a lot of area that really not a whole lot of players spend time in and outside of spawns. Generator side down south, and then storage up top. So obviously and mostly this is going to be played towards the middle.
Yeah, now another thing about I'll actually get to that when we come to the hard point, but right now we're on control, and so something that you really have to keep into account now, Tug, especially, is that instead of most kills is the least amount of deaths. So that is going to be something that comes into play here. Is Horus just coming in and already making Achilles look a little bit more full of holes than he was originally. And now God Gaming, they're trying to go for their first objective take. That's a very ballsy push there from Galaxy. Just banging on the fact that Mist wouldn't push him around the corner. But anyways, as I was saying, another thing that has been introduced here, Tug, is that if you're not definitely going to win the side, if you think it's going to go the distance, you do not want to have the most deaths at the end of the first 4 rounds if you want to have the defensive side last.
I actually have no idea. Could you explain that, please?
Okay, so they made a little bit of a change as to who gets the last defense there, Tug. It's in the patch notes. So it used to be whoever has the most kills. Now it's the fewest deaths. Now you might ask, why is that important? Now you can count how many deaths everybody has there. So if you have the least amount of deaths going into the final round, you will have the defensive side, even if you started on the attacking side. Does that make sense?
Got it. It does. So this is obviously the first 2, 3 within the control. That 5th one going to go down, they have to have some kind of tiebreaker. I knew that there was a tiebreaker. I did not know that, and I appreciate it. So far, though, winning the respawn game is God Gaming. They have gotten us thus far, and I'm with it, right? This is a objective-based game. Ooh, Legacy getting up and saying hi in unique ways here. But I'm with that, right? It's an objective-based game. Fewest kills makes more sense. Or fewest deaths, excuse me.
Fewest deaths, yes.
Yes, fewest kills. There. That would be the not amalgamation.
Yes. And now they've already got one objective here, Tug. So what I've seen a lot of teams do here is try and get some mid-map control to try and cut them off from A and try and get some picks and just whittle away at their labs. As you can see, that has already happened a little bit. And so they do have a little bit of a life advantage as well as a territorial advantage. Christos just trying to make sure that they don't get flanked around the back yet again as they go in for a push to get back control, which is successful. So now what I expect from God Gaming is not a push directly onto site, but a push through mid to try and shoot them in the back here, because they've got plenty of time to do it.
Yeah, a lot of time, a lot of space. Given that Swear Society has not given up anything on its radar side so far, only 60 seconds. Going to be a tough endeavor looking at 5 respawns versus 7. Making it a little bit more even, though, a little bit trade action. That is going to go the way of God Gaming within this individual round.
Man, Legacy just does snag that guy off the objective. Has another one coming on in. Can't quite get his shots. Totally on point. That does make him a little bit extra dead and unable to push on through. Lives now totally even with Swear Society with the territorial advantage here. Legacy gonna get some nice shots down on the bridge. Now could potentially go through the middle, but as you can see, Horus and the guys, they're not gonna be looking to let this happen. And they are starting to run out of time, so if they want to make a push through mid to break this objective, I would not go through green here. They should definitely push through mid. It has to be now, though, because they have basically enough time to do it once.
Yeah, you see these players responding as well. Chamming now responding. Lots of members just flowing out of top green here. Like you said, it would have been absolutely for naught if they had gone through there. And with that, the offense just kind of runs out of time, right?
Yeah, they run out of time and out of lives. They just get totally peppered as soon as they try and go through green. They're like, yeah, they got way too many guys stacked mid for us to make a push through with only 2 of us. So they opted, instead of pushing full men through the middle of the map, to push full men through green, and that went about as well as I expected. It didn't really work out for them because they were all poised to shoot them as soon as they came out of that one spot. Swear Society 1, God Gaming 0.
Yeah, Perhaps the solution would have been investing only 1, maybe 2 lives into that, but given the differential towards the end there, any sort of loss would have been a huge negative effect given they were already down. Tough breaks, and again, might have just come down at a time. Who knows? Can't see their communications flying through the air quite yet. It would be easier to cast if they did. Minute, 5 seconds. Going to be completely locked down from Legacy. Nice walkway angles fighting. 6, nice headshot on that one, earning all day. Teammates got one as well. There's another. Maybe the litmus test here is that you should not go up there when Legacy's on the other side.
Yeah, another litmus test is getting full team wiped is going to be a little bit more difficult to push back in, as they've now got all the power positions in their hands. A good 2-man push up through underground is going to be, it's kind of falling short still. Misty, he's trying to hold off for the rest of his team to give him coverage. Doesn't need as much as he originally thought as he frags out 1, 2, 1 coming up through underground to try and take him down though. Misty is going to be hopping on though. Galaxy holding his push until now, and he's going to hop right on as soon as he frags out Christos and Misty. Looking good for Galaxy in that situation. But in the meantime, Horus got other plans in his mind, not looking to get just bogged down on B, also going for A.
Universe here. We were on Horus Legacy a little while ago. He was able to hold that heady for 35 seconds, which is unheard of in Garrison so far. Shots from, oh wow, okay, so Radar has been a killing field so far. 22 seconds, time stopped while offense does make progression on this. Horus and the rest of company. Top green going to be an absolute slaying area yet again. God Gaming not allowed into that one. With that, I do believe Swearside is going to be taking this round, or taking this point, excuse me. Bye.
Dude, that is absolutely huge. They took the more difficult to take objective. They realized that, God Gaming was so entrenched over on the other objective, and as soon as Horus got through there, he was just able to not only stop the clock and play his life until his teammates could come over there and help him, not losing any time in the process, mind you. That was just so excellently played for Horus. He has been overall man of the match, even though he is not even positive right now.
Talking about other outliers here so far. Killy is unfortunately 7-14, Galaxy 6-13, both about that half amount. Swear Society, nobody's really showing up like that quite so far. 9-10, 9-11 being the worst, 14-11 for them. Universe Legacy both popping off at 14-9, almost, what, 1.5 ratio on that one. As Legacy continues to go to diagnostics and just plant bullets into people's heads like it's his job, like he's finding lint in his pocket. What is going on here?
Yeah, another thing is that God Gaming, they're just getting right up in their grill and shooting them. Galaxy always just finding good little shots coming out from not only the artillery area, but from the truck beside it. One just literally ran directly past him in that truck there, my dude, and he shoots him in the back. And that is just overall better positioning on the defense. Although it looked very shaky at times where they kind of got swindled over on the A objective and it got taken from them when it really, in theory, shouldn't have. That was just good play from good old Square Society to realize where their opponents were at and to get them to move around a little bit. They just died way too much on the rotation over, and they just, yeah, sorry, the push was, they couldn't hold off to where their pushes came in,
much,
you know what I mean?
The investment was a lot. They ended up giving up too much in that kind of risky business, but all gravy, all gravy.
Yeah, sorry, what I meant to say, now I can say it, is that they just died way too much there, and they didn't have anyone holding off the push back in.
Coordination, a better issue to have in the preseason exhibition than regular season, right? Is that fair? Yeah, on board with Achilles now, tries to pull out the Pistola, doesn't give it to him quite so yet. Now, we've seen a little bit of pistol play so far. Universe moves up to tank 3 on this one. Longer range shots. He's got that XM4 in hand. He'll be trying to make it sing. I'm talking about that all day long. Teammates, though, God Gaming, putting up now 2-3, stringing together, moving across Catwalk. He knows that's going to be there. That's quite a kill run now. So we look at a God Gaming squad that now takes the respawn advantage.
Yeah, the main issue for Square Society so far is that they have pretty much all died at once. No one has been able to stay alive in order to keep the enemy from, you know, pushing right back in and taking all the power positions. It was the issue last round, it's the issue this round as well. They all died as soon as Horus died as well. Yeah, he basically stopped that A push from being successful, but could not stop the B push from being successful. But this is That is the objective that you want to give up, if any, there, Tug, because look at this. They are about to hold down the green as hard as they possibly can, and the middle, just to make sure that they can just make them eat a lot of lives before they push on through here. And sometimes
Yeah, just like that, Swear Society coming back with a couple kills of their own. We're only looking at 2 respawn difference so far. Now again, that will not be the tiebreaker. Kills will be the least amount of deaths. The big brain Kyle here, we're given that clarification earlier, and I do really appreciate that. Got some light ups in our Discord chat as well with the people who did not know that. So again, do appreciate the big brain lint there, Kyle.
I mean, I just read the instructions.
There you go. There you go. Humble as well. Who would have guessed it, y'all? 2012, that's Universe. Now, 2012 was the year that everybody thought everything was going to go down, right? 2020, we came into this year, everyone was really, really happy, you know? 2012, everybody thought the world was going to end. How funny is it that we got it completely wrong?
Yeah, the world actually ended in 2020, JK. Anyways, yeah, Swear Society managing to hold it down just a little bit here, but they have gotten 2 ticks successfully, so all God Gaming needs is 1 solid break. And look at this. Look at Achilles looking to come up and grab their opponents by the heel here. He's about to shoot everybody in the back. I can totally see it coming. He's got one right in front of him on a silver platter. Frags him out easy as it gets. Only 2 left in positions that can possibly take him down. 1 on the objective. Turns around. Burns him. Oh, no. In he goes. Achilles looking to finish this one off strong. Picks up another gun. No. Anyway. And that might be it, as his teammates are now in position as well to keep them off. And that might be just what God Gaming needs to break the deadlocks in terms of defensive victories.
Bro, if Achilles has any friends whatsoever, he's got fellow Greek gods out there. You might want to clip that for him, because that's about as impressive as it gets on a controlled performance. He shoots so many people, he runs out of bullets. Can't reload because he'll just die. Pulls up the pistol, ready to take it to him. Then plays a little ring around the rosy in the radar tank outside. Pulls up a beautiful purple-plated Gali, I think. Might have been a Krig, not 100% sure. Gives him the business with,
I think it was
business
another
with that
AK-74.
as well. It's beautiful stuff. Oh, was it?
I think it was another AK-74U.
Oh, that he picked? Okay, got it.
Yes.
I was more focused on the beautiful purple.
Yo, I totally agree with you. The purple is very flashy and distracting.
Yes. Diamond, like, honestly, I think they did both skins. We can talk about
yes.
that.
Oh, look at Galaxy. He's about to be in a good position again. Universe takes down 1, and they've still got positions in the back. But as you can see, Horus, he's got a little bit of a feeling that they might try and do this, and he's sitting pretty and waiting. He's got him over the top, but Achilles does him dirty again, and he snags him right off the objective. But, oh man, it's still not looking good because they've got Chammy around the back. He frags out another one. That is some sneaky, sneaky play from Chammy, and it might just pay off. Got a tick at the very least.
Yeah, so again, that's going to be a little bit easier for the individuals. The 15 seconds now instead of 20. Just like that, though, tries to challenge and falls when he's the only one on. He wasn't particularly close to that next tick, but staying on there would have been the name of the game, I feel like, right?
Oh, I totally agree with you there. Maybe a little bit of
A little
afraidness.
less passively, right? A little bit more passively, less aggressively. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, maybe the jitter's getting to him and saying, man, I gotta just get some kills right now. But he didn't know that basically the entire enemy team was watching their spawn to make sure that no one else could come up after him. He actually had a 1v1, could have played that a little bit better if he had that knowledge a little bit earlier. Teammates dying to death as he did. Definitely let him know that a little bit too late. But regardless, running out of time here, my dude. This is looking not the best for them, as you can see as well from the life counter. Infinitely more deaths for Square Society right now. So, yeah, this could be going the way of God Gaming for the final defensive half.
Let's try some quick math. No, not even necessary. God Gaming, they don't have more deaths than 21. Looking at 31 other side. I believe that's easy math even for this play-by-play cast. For 6 seconds, that's all that's left on this first, or this next control point, excuse me. Of course, they will be awarded a little bit of time if they get it nicely done. Flies in through the window, takes care of him like a burglar.
Huge. Oh no! Oh, he could have so had that there, Horus, but Achilles turned on him like a dime, but Chammy might be able to pick this up for him as well. They cannot lose this fight here, my friend. One right above him, Chammy just trying to stop it. He's just flailing out, just spraying bullets every which way, trying to get Legacy off, but the pinch comes in, and that will do it. Great teamwork from God Gaming, and it will not even go to that round number 5.
Wow, so this is a God Gaming squad that lost that search and destroy by a single round. came through on the control, the respawn mode with a more similar performance to their game number 1. Beautiful stuff so far. Garrison next as well, looking a little hardpoint action.
Yes, indeed. We're going to be returning right on back into Garrison, but this time on Hardpoint. Thing about this map that I was going to mention earlier, but I figured I would save it until the Hardpoint to actually bring it up, is that not only did they fix the spawns, whereas the spawns were the spawn flip locations were very huge and vast. Like, if you wanted to get the P2 spawns, all you really had to do was go and take satellite, and then they would start flipping, even though that's completely illogical, right? They did totally change that, though. They changed the spawn flip zones a little bit. They edited them to where it's like more like here instead of like this. You know what I mean? You can see it's a lot smaller.
Like a heart instead of like a huge like W. I'm with it.
Yeah, exactly. And the last thing is that this map, I would have to say that even with the spawn flip changes, where it was more of this being the case earlier, it is still much more of a map where you can play for the breaks and get away with it, unlike the other maps.
Yeah, 100%. Part of that, I think, is due to the relatively just compact, theme of this map, right? I was saying it earlier.
Yeah.
Again, maybe you're right. Maybe it should have made more sense to bring it up now, but they just have so much space on either side of these, where people are going to be spawning up, generator side. Like, there's, a solid 5 seconds that you have to run sometimes before you even get close to where a hardpoint would even be. Who knows?
Yeah. And there's another thing, is that going along with what you were saying, is that this map, although it has 3 lanes, it has a lot of sub lanes. Like the underground areas, it technically has 3 floors, because there's the ground floor, there's the underground where you can go underneath the tank, you can go underneath the vents area, and there's a 3rd floor where you can go on top of the bridge and up on top of green. So there's a lot of levels, a lot of ways you can hinder the people's sightlines even without the smokes, which is another huge thing. Whereas a lot of respawn maps, you're kind of screwed without the smokes. On this map, not necessarily the case, because there are ways you can go that break the enemy sightlines without smoke.
Exactly. It's just so compact, relatively easy and quick to traverse. Now, another big point I want to throw before we go to a very short break here is just the amount of vertical positionings. Yes, we saw Legacy doing beautiful things from walkway, shooting up towards that diagnostics area, but diagnostics, man, tank 3, top green. Radar? The radar tank on B point. Like, there are all these various places that just players are able to be granted a huge vertical advantage with 2 seconds of effort. Archways, even there's a little bit of a vertical advantage there as well, and you're going to find that advantage no matter what first-person shooter that you do happen to be playing. We're going to go to a very short break and be back with you guys in just a minute for the possible conclusion on map number 4. God Gaming takes this. It is donezo for our preseason match, the K7.
You stole my heart of gold after my silver soul. You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now.
And we are back here live. If you didn't know before, you know now. This is the K7 League, y'all. We have our 2021 broadcast announcement. Yes, I am listed here on the bottom right. That's that ugly guy in the checkered shirt. Listed with an absolute lineup of goats. That's Giraffe Graph, top left, moving from top left to bottom right. Shifty, my man, Hunter J.
Oh, yes.
Kamaka, not sure who that guy is.
Oh, me
I
neither.
don't even know. Looks random in that picture.
Dude, who knows him? No one.
That one guy, yes, he is that dude. Brett FX as well. We were saying earlier, looks mega serious in his picture. I see more down bottom left. Looks like a free lover. If there ever was one. Now McCormick, now that's a free lover if I know it for sure. J Flight tweets in the middle. Down bottom here, big brain indeed. Is Trevor coming through, looking like the CEO of Amazon next year?
Yes, indeed. Looking like a proper CEO of casting up in there as well, I guess you could say. But yeah, back on topic here, Tug. We're in here with a second helping of good old Garrison. Now, we did say a few
Also
things to preface this game coming on, but another thing that I want to say is there are a lot of spots where you can actually hop out of the map on P2. There are a lot of interesting spots that you can go on P2. Like, you can actually hop over the railing, which is technically out of bounds, and still shoot people from there. People just don't know you can do that still, because it's very early in the game, and people realize that very recently, kind of by accident. But you can hop out of the map and use that as a head glitch and then hop back in.
Yeah, radar side, yes sir, right on over there. What I saw somebody put a cheeky. Obviously, we have our radars banned in this in all shapes and forms. You got trophy systems. You got trophy systems. What's the other one? I'm losing it.
3 trophy systems are allowed.
Yeah, that's what it was. Obviously, putting a trophy system outside is useless, but any regular game is putting that radar outside does to give people a lot of value, because it doesn't get deleted even when it's set outside the legal play barrier. Just the player's hitboxes. Obviously, you get those few seconds to run around with that. So interesting stuff. A little bit of Garrison points for you on this one. Now, we have seen ARs or SMGs really popping off more. Would you say on Garrison, Kyle?
That's a tough one there. I think that it's one of those maps where you can see 2 of each be very successful. Like, even the MP5 in some spots can be very, very lethal. Like, especially in those bottom vents area, or if you're trying to go and get control over top green or trying to hold an objective, there are a lot of close corner situations where, like it or not, the MP5 still does beat out the AK-74U at close distance, whereas the AK-74U is more of a do-it-all type of sub. It's more of a well-rounded sub. The MP5 still outshines at close range, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw at least someone try it out on this one.
Yeah, the differences when it comes to range between those two subs, very, very evident, we'll say. But yes, back to Garrison. This is going to be our hard points. And again, I really like the star formation that these hard points do go in. North side of the map occupied by 2 even hard points. That's 2 and 4. Bottom part occupied by 1, 3, and 5 in a perfect little.
Yes, indeed. Going instantly in for that tank heady. People will be like, oh, how do you know he was there? That's a very common spot that you usually see people at. Pre-aims it, takes him down instantly. That's a great way to start it from Christos. And he's going to have control over the bridge here. Can go in and take this down. This dude contesting. Shoots him right in the top of the head, as you like.
Oh, man. I've gotten paintball shot like that, and I tell you, it's not pleasant. Throwing an AK-74U in your hands might be a different experience. 25 seconds on our first hard point. This will be rotating bottom right, kind of where blue is spawning right now. Would not be surprised if God Gaming, excuse me, steps up closer towards this bottom right point. No, excuse me, God Gaming just take a couple easy kills coming on in. No, not to. Wait, hang on. Did I say this wrong? Yeah, no. Point 2 is immediately north. Sorry about that. We're
Yes,
right
indeed.
north.
Oh, look at that spot from Shammy. Takes down 2 off of Next. Legacy gonna try and come through and do something here, but Horus just horking on his opponents yet again. And Shammy, I wonder if he knows that those boxes, you can stand on them. It's a contest spot. I wonder if he knows that. But regardless, you can. That is really the one spot on the objective that you can stand on at Heady. Unlike Radar Tower, you can actually contest the objective from there. I'm very curious if he does it.
Sitting on top of this tank, tank? Is that what we'll call it?
The Radar Tower?
Is that a tower? Okay, we'll call it.
Whatever.
It's mobile, right? It's got wheels on it, right?
Something like that.
Well, if I was a wagon, I would have wheels. If I had wheels, I'd be a wagon. Damn it, I said it wrong. I'm sorry.
Okay.
See, there's wheels. There's rubber round things. I know wheels when I see them.
Oh, did they move it? Oh, they changed it in the last update. Sadness.
Oh well. Oh well. 38 to 37. God Gaming on a little bit of a run here on this second point. Square Society. You see what 7 and 8. That's Shammy and Christos moving across the middle, trying to make plays for this third hard point, which is the bottom right. That's the one I called earlier.
Yes, Achilles, he's trying to keep these spawns, but just a sheer amount of enemies here has been... He just can't flip it. There's just way too many people here. He's going to have to get some kills here, or his teammates are going to have to get some kills to where they start spawning out. Yeah, Achilles is just basically being a glorified brick right now in that corner. He's going to try and come around the corner that he's hiding behind and take these guys down. Perfectly weighted, I guess. Just might not come when you want him to, but he always comes exactly when he has to. But when he has to, he runs out of ammo, regardless his teammates are now in. Oh, tried to throw down a trophy system, but Christos' trophy system was there and exploded his trophy system, killing him because he was at such low health, in case you were wondering what happened there.
Yeah, the deep breakdown there. I like it. I like it. The way the trophy systems interact can be so wonky. Not as wonky as past games. We'll definitely say that, but definitely still some wonk capabilities. Point 4 starting soon.
There are always hard points that you do not want to depend on for getting a lot of kill time, Tug, and this is definitely one of them. Because either you're going to be basing your enemy up inside of peak respawns, or they're going to do what Achilles is doing, come around the side and shoot you in the back and open things right on up. It is one of the most exposed kills. You can literally shoot at it from every possible angle imaginable. And now nobody going to have the objective time. God Gaming going to take a little bit of time, but that's probably going to be short-lived as they've now got control over top green and starting to make their way through the middle of the map and flanking them from underneath the tank as well.
I mean, any place, especially tank 3 here, where you're literally like eye to eye with top green right there, any place that you're opting to fight from like that, not going to be a fun place to have to consistently just throw bodies into. Fortunately, no limiting of respawns to this one, so we're moving to point number 5, excuse me. And this one's decently opened up as well. The next one will not be that far away.
Well, that's huge for Horus. Although God Gaming did manage to flip the spawns, as you might have seen on the minimap, they did go through that radar area and flip it from there, but Square Society apparently spawning up there as well. That's an interesting spot. I did see that they added more spawns into the game, and there it is, as they said it. Square Society going to be flipping back to the other spawns. This is still a very volatile spawning situation from what I've seen, the most volatile on the entire map. And Square Society, they might be getting stuck up in here, and God Gaming might be able to break the run that God Gaming has had for Square Society has had for a little bit.
Yeah, so the first hard point went the same way, right, Kyle? Looked at a God Gaming and Square Society squad that seemed like they could not exit a 20-point deficit between these two. Now, I'll tell you, God Gaming really pulled ahead the last half of game number 1, the first hard point. We'll see if that's possible now as we starting on to a new lease on life.
Yes, indeed. And already getting ready for P2 spawns potentially be getting assaulted here is Shammy, but he pushes up a little bit too far. They were ready for him to potentially do that, as that is yet another common spot to come through. Would be very surprised if they weren't covering that. And God Gaming now getting a little bit contested up in here. And Shammy trying to do a little bit more things on the objective this time, and he definitely does. This might be a little bit of good time in here for Square Society. If they can just get a little bit of a lead off of this, or at least make sure that God Gaming doesn't develop one of their own, they'll be good for next year.
Big push down bottom. Couple blue kills so far. Not bloodless, though, as Achilles did fall on that one, but maybe a little bit too late They were too little too late. I think there was 21 seconds left on that when they really committed all 4. Opinions on this one, Kyle?
Opinions on
this
this
play.
one? Oh,
Like,
on this play? Well, I mean, they might have taken a little bit of a lead here, but it's not enough because Swear Society are in a good spot here. Oh, except for this. Except for this, I might say. Achilles is totally going to catch them with their feet totally flat. Another Achilles spun coming out from Kamika here. But anyways, we're going to be seeing Swear Society getting with a little bit of weakness at the back, getting completely shut down from that exact spot. And now God Gaming, they returned what should have been a real positive for Swear Society into a complete unmitigated disaster.
yeah, that is the only way to call it. Chammy putting up 23 and 11, not even done with this game so far. Even if it is tied, I would say that's as close to unacceptable as you get as well. Man is slaying out and showing up in every way, shape, and form. We caught the rear end of some of that towards the end right there. Got himself 2 kills in the space of about 4 seconds, I believe. God Gaming taking a little bit of a breakaway now. Again, this is where the big changes started in game number 1.
Yeah, that is 0% what Swear Society needed. They were in prime position to get a lot of time off of that, which they didn't. And they also didn't and God Gaming also followed that up by getting the spawns for P3 back. They're in such a good spot right now, my dude. And they're just extending their lead even more than we saw in the past. Horus going to be taking down one. That's huge, but they have got off objective angles. He's going to be taking the one on the hill off to at least make it so that they can't get back on, and they're not gaining points right now, at least Tug. And Swear, this could be a little bit of a change from what we saw in the first map, where they stopped spiraling out of control at a certain point, instead of where they kept going further down the drain in the first map.
Yeah, gonna have to stop that constant movement though. Swear Society has done a good job of that so far. Blue, that's Achilles spawning a little bit farther out there. I think Universe did on the corner as well, but 8 seconds to go. People know where the future is laying at. Last 4 seconds of this will bring this lead to about, what, 7? 6? Yeah, 7.
Well said there, Tug. 7 exactly. But anyways,
There you go.
the thing is that, oh, he sees him. He totally sees him, but he can't kill him. Achilles just being the thorn in the side of his opponent. Pretty much this entire game, he's 25 and 20. Most engagements out of literally anybody in the game right now, besides Chammy, who's at 46 total engagements, of which he's won 30, which is huge for his team. But what's not good for them right now is that they have lost the P4 spawns, kind of. They can still totally get them back, but they've just got to at least make sure that God Gaming doesn't get much more time off of this. But again, damage already been done. They've surpassed 200, and now they can win off of any of the hills here, though.
With it, that was Chammy doing a solid job, a kind of more passive push on in. Just wanted to be a little more conservative, a little bit safer, but sometimes it's not. They can play the game. A big chunk off the rear end of that again, going towards God Gaming. Everybody shifting to the future, or their attention to the future, because Swear Society knows that this is a hard point. It could be the decider. They only need 35 seconds of our 60.
Yeah, Horus, he's just being so patient there. He's letting his teammates do the gunfighting there. He is such a good team player. He's not going to pop up unless it's absolutely necessary, just because he knows how, if he dies there, he is screwed. But also, what could make you potentially in that same category is not covering the place that Universe is coming through. He does finally pick it up as soon as he sees someone go down from it. But God Gaming, with enough time potentially to win this one off, it's unlikely because Swear Society has been doing a good job at contesting, but still possible nonetheless here.
Contest, there you go. Yep, can't take it now. They need a full 22 on that, only 17 here after a few more seconds win. So, Swear Society takes this as long as, yeah, on the next hard point they can win as well. So this is one going down to the wires. 251-28 in game number 1. That is not the case here in game number 4.
Yeah, this is not where you want to be if you're Swear Society, because you have to give adequate attention to P1, whereas you normally would not have to really worry about it at all. You have to really send more guys to it than you normally would instead of holding the spawns, which they don't have anyway. So they just have to make sure that their enemies, they just have to play every hill at a time. They cannot go for rotations anymore. And that is what God Gaming has done to them. This is thoroughly in the driver's seat is God Gaming here, my friend. Swear Society can still do it, but the margins are slim. And the likeliness is getting slimmer as they take the objective here.
They can hop in and touch, but I don't think... Yeah, nope, they're not going to get there. Oh, they are, excuse me, last few seconds, but is short-lived on that 1. We got our God Gaming squad taking on the Hardpoint again. This one with a much different scoreline. Of course, one's going to be 250. The other one is not going to be 128 though, Kyle.
Oh, then what was it?
It was 200 and, I think, 8, 210.
Oh, you mean this one is different from the last one. Got it.
That is,
Makes
yep,
sense.
That was my point. Yep, sorry. I'm not sure if I
Got it.
right.
Well, basic point of this is they did better than in the last one, which is in a preseason match, which doesn't technically count. That's as much as you can hope for is improvement. That's all that really matters, is that you are improving. You don't care if you win. You just care if you are getting better. And now we are going to be just, yeah, that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. We've gone the distance, which is 3-1. I mean, at times, Swear Society was looking absolutely solid, and like they were really, really giving it to their opponents, especially on the search and destroy, mind you. But I mean, they had some good moments in the control and in the final Hardpoint as well, Tug.
Yeah, some serious flashes of greatness on this one. Control going down 3-1 means that was not exactly as close, but 5-6 for the search and destroy, 250 to I think it was 218 or 210 on that, and the last means that last Hardpoint could have gone anybody's way. Now, with that though, this preseason matchup, the K7 League Season 3 has concluded. Yes, we have reached my least favorite part of any broadcast, and that, of course, is the end. I'm FBI Tugboat. You can find me on Twitter at FBI_Tugboat. That's Kyle over there at Kamaka18 on Twitter. And we got an upcoming match with McCore and Jay casting this upcoming weekend. We got a little bit of a match preview here for you. Yes, that is the Heartbreakers taking on the Indiana Syndicate. Coming in, I believe that is the 27th. Oh, okay, a little teaser trailer afterwards action. So you got your beautiful casters here. You're going to have a little bit of video content for you afterwards. We appreciate you guys watching. Do believe that is about it, unless we want to thank the good people. Yeah, we'll do it. They do make this possible, of course. This is a shout out to our sponsors, GitGudHosts. You guys should know them if you're in any way involved with the NA COD scene. Neutral hosts for individual leagues so that teams can be playing as evenly as possible. Shout out to Rogue Energy as well. Some awesome, well-tasting energy stuff there. Evo9, they've been providing us with our apparel and whatnot for years now for the K7 official partner in Evo9. FORUMA as well. You can check out their website, their Twitter, and see more of what they're doing, but essentially it's top tier graphic design. Love it. DropShot as well, providing stats and more for us casters to kind of paint a different picture, provide a different narrative, and Gamers Resort to round it out here, doing the Lord's work, helping with gamers and some mental issues. Now, we got, like I said, little content, little video content coming up here for you, but Kyle and I thank you for joining us. Shout out to our producer as well, down there producing away, making our jobs as casters just so much easier. Hold them down, guys. There's the heart. There we go.
He's gonna just hold where he's at. Easier, scarier than actually moving forward. He plays the Patience game and gets the double. Oh, awesome! 3 in the name, 3 in the game.
16 seconds left on this Hardpoint. They only need 9.
Stuns one up, takes one down. Oh no, that's too big at 2. Oh my god! This man is on a hot streak. And that's the Hype Esports taking map number 1.